Cypress Medicine Hat.
Mr. Speaker, I rise today to look at why this motion has merit, or in other words, what our current government is doing so wrong that in a large, prosperous, resource-blessed province like ours, far too many of our provincial roadways are rated only at poor or fair condition, an amazing 42% if you can believe it. And to meet the needs of their communities, our local municipalities and counties have to play political games of favoritism. In the Wild Roads, we have a plan that will deliver stable funding and autonomy to allow municipalities to help meet their local needs. We want each and every municipality in Alberta to have the resources they need to meet the priorities that they set for their communities. This plan is called the Community Infrastructure Transfer, and it has been nicknamed the 10-10 Plan. Mr. Speaker, the Wild Rose will send 10% of all provincial tax revenues and 10% of all future budget surpluses directly to the municipalities to meet their needs with no strings attached. This will allow municipalities to first decide for themselves what priorities their communities have. Second, receive stable funding so all Albertans will receive a fair share of our prosperity. And third, stop having to petition Cabinet and pit legitimate needs and concerns of their community against their neighbour communities who are competing for the same grants. In the Wild Rose, we also know there are other things this government could do to ensure that Albertans receive better pricing, better value, and more return for our tax dollars. It is time for the government to get more businesslike and less political with its planning of projects and cost estimates for these projects. One way to make this happen is to answer the Wild Rose call for a published, prioritized infrastructure list of all current projects in the planning process. This would allow contractors, companies, and financiers to plan their assets and bids in the most efficient and effective manner. And it would end the current political approach of rush government announcements to buy votes, eliminating the whimsical transfer of capital equipment at extra cost to the taxpayer and a resultant loss of quality and quantity of infrastructure and services to all Albertans. We've all heard what the Fort Macleod broken promise cost the community of Fort Macleod. But I also wonder what the province spent on this, spending taxpayers' money on planning, researching, and don't forget that many municipalities, including Medicine Hat, Camrose, Lac La Biche, and Edmonton, spent tens of thousands of their taxpayer dollars trying to court this project 8 years ago. But maybe the best example to use is how this can cost all taxpayers extra money is the Medicine Hat Hospital expansion. First, $480 million of taxpayer dollars was going to be spent on it. Then that was changed to $280 million. Then $200 million. And finally, 10 days ago, the government announced $220 million of taxpayer dollars will be spent. My first question, are you sure? My second question, wow, how much of those change orders cost the Albertan taxpayer? This sporadic political planning has certainly hurt the Cypress Medicine Hat constituency. Highway 61, from Many Berries to Foremost, is badly in need of proper shoulders and repaving. We are a commodity-based community, and because this oil play is growing and many large trucks are traveling this road, the safety and durability of this highway are of great concern. For 30 years, we have seen studies, and we have been waiting for the twinning of Highway 3 from Medicine Hat to Taber to complete the portion that is already twinned from Taber to Lethbridge. Very crucial for my constituency for safety and economic growth. Mr. Speaker, I could go on and on with countless more examples of how this government's poor planning and shifting priorities has wasted taxpayers' money and caused uncertainty for our municipalities. And with this in mind and a direction for change, I certainly like the motion. Thank you.